Greetings and salutations, I'm Keb. Welcome back to this Let's Play of Civilization 6 as Indonesia. So, this era thing. This is obviously a reload, because from before we declared the war here. I just wanted to see if that was the only option. At least verify that it was an option, and it was. Not a good option though. I mean, it's very suboptimal, because we're going to be at war with a power that's stronger than us. They do have ships. We've seen that. We've seen quadrigemes sailing by here. That's not pleasant. We're not going to be able to use their military forces, which is basically we're going to pay for 2 warriors and 1 galley somewhere, I think. We're going to pay 800 gold for it. Not really optimal. That's the one. And of course, we'd be at war with Hattusa, which means they're going to be here and pillage all our stuffs. And we'll not get a quest from them, because of the next era is going to be in 3 turns. So that's a very suboptimal way to do so. Levying the forces up here will give us +1 era score, but we need +2. Getting this city up to a size 10 would have been the other option, but that requires a builder. We can buy one now, and we could chop jungles down, and that just might push us up through the necessary food. Problem is, again, then we can't afford the levying of the military. We can only afford one thing, and we're not going to be the first city to size 10, because, for example, Nubia is already at size 11, so we wouldn't get that bonus era score. But I've been doing some experimentation, simply because of my absolute desperation of trying to find a way to get to a golden age without having to go to war with Nubia. And I found one, or at least I think I found one. You remember that ship down here? Remember what I said about the Great Barrier Reef? Maybe not that, but I'll see. I'll see if this works. I'm not entirely sure. Because we have 2 turns. But remember that circumnavigation thing? It appears it doesn't work the way I thought it did. I thought you needed to have a line, like the one. Do you see this one square up here? I thought that's what I needed. An unbroken line across the world. That's not what you need, as it turns out. Because do you see this line going down here? Next turn we're gonna go and see the square here. And then we'll have discovered 1 square in each bracket that goes like this, right? And that triggers circumnavigation. Not an actual circumnavigation, if you get my meaning. We'll see that in 1 turn. Anyway, up there, convert Leventa, get that little thing out of the way. Next turn. So this is the last turn of the era, right? And we're also going to have enough for a missionary, which we're not going to make. Anyway, you're going to start building a settler. I think I would like to get the wonders. I really would, but we need to just, get tons of cities out there. Now, back to the naval units. As you can see, we don't have a square in this column. Move there. See? We found the loophole! We found a way through! Yay! It's not the Great Barrier Reef, but it is a circumnavigation simply because this is in the same bracket. So that basically means that if a continent just snakes along in one direction there, and another continent snakes down there, even if you never actually connect the seas, you're going to get the circumnavigation because you've found 1 square in each column on the map. And I didn't know this. I didn't realize this until I experimented a bit with this ship. So yeah, that's kind of fun. Oh yeah, by the way, let's go south. Not this way, but this way. Because you see, I know there's someone down there which we want to meet. Actually, we're not going to be able to meet them now. That's unfortunate. We never ever completed their quest anyway, but that's okay. But that means we are going to have a new golden age without going to war. Yay! I know it's slightly exploitish, but if I'd known exactly how that circumnavigation had worked, I would have moved my ships very differently from the get-go. But that was rather accidental, because I was trying to see if I could find natural wonder down here by going in different directions. I was not that desperate earlier. And guess what? I did find this, which really surprised me, and I'm quite amused by it. Anyway, that means we have tons of gold we can use on completely different things. We have faith waiting for something. Do we want to buy something? I mean, buy a granary? Nah. The granary doesn't affect bananas, does it? It used to. In Civ 5, I think. Yeah, that is in Civ 5. Where the granary just boosted banana food output, I think. Anyway, settlers there. Yeah, you're gonna finish that and go back to the settler there. You're gonna build a settler there. That's gonna increase the cost of everyone else's settlers, which is unfortunate. And we're still 20 turns away from actually being able to use our settlers. We might want to delay this one. That's going to delay them quite a few turns, though. I mean, the main reason for doing that is that now that all the settlers will be slightly more matched. But Majapahit is still going to punch out several of them, so... Okay, what is the actual housing cap on you right now? 10 to 9. No, I'm still gonna put turns into a settler, and we might stop it one turn before it finishes. And we'll take it from there. But anyway, that's gonna be a nice little golden age for us. Yay for little sneaky things. Oh, Barcelona is founded. Over there, I assume, yeah. No? Wait. Right, now you're gonna be happy again because I got a golden age. As are you. And of course, he dislikes people in the golden age. Look forward to the day you fall. Thank you for that, sir. Oh, you too. Okay, so both of you hate people with golden ages. Lovely. And mathematics. Where was that? There's Barcelona. Okay, fair enough. So, all the civs, what are they gonna do? Spain and Pericles and Amanitore are in a golden age. Can we see if they're in a heroic age? Or is that only applicable to the human player? I'm not sure. Anyway, they're in golden ages. You guys are in normal ages. Victoria is in a normal age. That's at least that's a blessing. I don't want her to be anything else than that. And Macedon is in a dark age. Okay, so he kind of failed quite a bit then. Anyway. So now we have the one-up on Victoria in terms of loyalty pressures. Don't think... Well, Amanitore might settle our way. She's the only one. Okay, we can make one dedication. What do we want? 10% technology, that's fine. Go commercial and harbor districts. Fight science. We can get more science by doing this. We can get more culture by doing that. Movement for all builders. I'm not sure how much faith they cost. But right now we need that faith to buy apostles anyway. So I can't afford this. Even towards the end of the age. It's probably going to take the entire age just to get our two apostles. +2 movement, +2 charges, +4 great profit points per turn. Now we don't need the great profit points. But that would mean that our apostles would have 2 charges that we could use before we use them to evangelize. So it's not entirely pointless to do that. Essentially, yeah, we're talking 4 charges of a faith. That's it. 4 conversion charges. And is that worth more than the extra science or the extra culture? I don't know. Let's wait for a second. Where do I feel the most behind? Culture or science? How much culture would you gain? You have, let's see, 2, 3 adjacency bonus there. Right, yeah, that's 3. Your adjacency bonus, you don't have one, never mind. That's the other harbor. That's 4. So we're talking 7 science right now. 7 science per turn versus 1, 2, 3, soon to be 4, 5, 6, 7 culture. We're gonna get more culture, certainly. I do want to build more harbors, so we're gonna get more science too. 7 science, 7 culture, basically, the trade-off. I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one to go for there. I mean, all districts, we are definitely going to build more districts on new cities too, but that's not going to happen for another, quite a few turns. It's 15 turns now. Did that speed up? Did our culture output go up? I think it did. Even without us making a dedication. Well then, okay, in that case, well, we know some of them are up there already, which is kind of terrifying. What's our, how are we doing comparatively? 27 per turn. 28, 27, 23, roughly equal their culture. We are quite far behind. Actually, no, we have 22 culture per turn, but 44 culture per turn. Yikes. Yeah, okay, so we matched them in terms of number of cities. That's good, at least. I think Macedon is doing this by passive push, and it looks like the Netherlands are doing the same thing. Norway certainly is. I'm surprised he doesn't push his faith more. Then again, he's militaristic. So, anyway. $16 tax versus our 18. I'm not sure what the culture victory graphs actually counts. I mean, this one counts number of texts and then amount of science. And that's what this tracks. This I'm not sure on. Because it's not culture per turn, it's not tourism per turn. It could be an amalgamation of both, I suppose. Here it's military strength, first of capitals and then military strength. Oh, I'm on it. We would have declared war on the most powerful player on the map. Yeah, I don't think so. If you're lucky, those two are gonna fight. That's the best scenario for us right now. And I don't think that's gonna happen. They kind of liked each other. I don't know what we need. Honestly, don't know. We're gonna get more science here. But we are gonna fall behind in culture. Let's have a look at that again. Now we need to get above 97 points. That is gonna be tricky. Since there aren't really much we can do to... We can't really get the special boosts anymore. There are almost none left. Commercial doesn't hurt all adjacency, but the science as well, yeah. Actually, no. I do think I want to go there. Inspirations. Are they easy to trigger though? Two campuses, that's gonna trigger very soon. Encampment, that's not gonna trigger anytime soon. 10 population is not gonna happen because we're gonna be building a settler. Quadrireme. We could potentially get that, I suppose. Here's the thing. The one thing I'm aiming for right now in this tree is Merchant Republic. But that's in the Renaissance. So if we do that, that's going to end the era. And we don't want the era to end. I'm still not sure what triggers the end of the era. Because now they've moved that to the global stage, right? But it very much looks like it is dependent on a certain amount of civs getting one era tech before everyone that above the one you're currently in. I'm not entirely sure on the mechanics because they've become very obtuse. I mean, you still have the whole phases down here. So basically it says the world has entered. Are you seriously telling me that they're in the Renaissance? The world just moved into the medieval age. And these guys are in the Renaissance? The hell? Didn't we just move into the medieval? Or am I just, you know... Yeah? The world has entered the medieval age. But they have Renaissance era techs. Yes, because cartography is a Renaissance era tech. 3 of them are there. Yikes, are we far behind? We have researched the most techs. But they're already considered between the Renaissance. And I'm almost certain it's because they have beeline cartography. It's the only thing that makes sense. I know Amanitore has cartography. And I assume the other two have it too. So this doesn't really apply to... This doesn't actually show how far behind on tech you are, because they've beelined that and have ignored things here, I suspect. Huh. I don't know. Anyway. Here we can see that they are far further behind. Everyone's in the classical era still. So you're in the medieval era there. I'm actually considered being in the classical era for tech. Well, of course I am actually, because I haven't researched any techs from this era, or this era. It makes sense. So you leapfrogged ahead. Those 3 got into the Renaissance. Okay, so it's when 3 civs... No, 4 civs, half the world, is in the next era. That triggers the end. Which means the medieval era will be very, very short. Right? Because we're researching a tech there right now. And those 3 are already there. If that is the assumption, then the medieval era will be very short indeed. Because everyone just jumped straight past the medieval era into the Renaissance. That's what it looks like. Anyway, that means we have 1 classical era tech left and a whole bunch of medieval stuff. Versus over here. Still 2 classicals and a whole bunch of medievals. Let's see, are these things... We're gonna trigger that one, we're gonna maybe trigger that one. Not 10 pops. 6 farms, most likely. Oh wait, I'm gonna finish that one before. Quadrireme that we can possibly do. If I get a quadrireme, that is. 4 land. Well, we could possibly do that one too if we built up our forces. 4 trade routes is also possible. Markets, that's gonna be much harder. 2 temples, that's certainly gonna be possible. And 2 caravels, it's possible. Versus lumber mills. Okay. Have the guild civic. Okay, that's a catch-22 there, actually. Anyway, armory. 2 universities for printing. All depends on how short this damn thing will be. I don't know. I know I'm overthinking things, but still. I think this is better, to be honest. We're not gonna be gaining that much culture. I don't really plan to build tons of theater districts. I do plan to build tons of harbors. That's true, but we're also gonna probably build some campuses and stuffs. I still think this is a better option. Getting extra charges here would be interesting, so we could, you know, use our prophets or our apostles a little bit before we use them to boost the faith. But yeah, and again, we just won't produce enough faith for this one to matter. Mobility for the builders is kind of nice, though. Yeah, we're gonna stick with this and get all the culture. Anyway, that's that done. You're gonna go scoot this way because there we go, friend. I knew they were down there. Amanitore found them first, or they found Amanitore, I'm not sure. Probably... Actually, I'm really not sure. Because you had to get through all this territory. I think they must have sailed up and found Amanitore at some point. Anyway. City-states, what do you want now? You want me to... Of course, now someone wants a theater square. You want conversion, that's possible. You're close by. Train a horseman. A great scientist. A great merchant, that's a tall order. Record history, yes, right, we're still working on that. Engineering. Encampment. Record history. Engineering. Okay, what's engineering? What is the engineering boost? Where is engineering? You want me to build an ancient wall, in other words. That's doable. Okay, we're now producing more science apparently, or more culture, but it didn't modify the number. If I click on this again. 11 turns. Yeah, now it's up to date. Which means I think we'll just punch out these settlers ASAP. You should still finish the watermill. But then you're going to build that settler and build more settlers and more settlers and more settlers. Anything else we need to do? I don't think so. Well, no, we can't get more trade routes. We need to get lighthouses up and running. Need more housing. Yeah, I'm working on it. Right, your trade route finished. Now you can finish that on your own. No one has requested a trade route, so that's not really a high priority. I think I'm gonna move you back to the capital. And have all my trade routes going out of Majap I hit. Give less yields, but still. Can I get past here? Yeah. Are these pillage tiles? No, it's just a shade from the whole terrain. Okay, that's right. This is mountainous terrain. I still don't think anyone's built the pyramids. Okay, so there are some islands in the stream all the way over here too. And they shouldn't have loyalty issues at all. That one has it, but none of these. Not much pressure here either. We could actually settle here. Not there though. Not that it matters, we have tons of places to go, and yeah. We'll get there. We'll get there. Sorry for spending the entire episode just doing all kinds of theory crafting. But yeah, this is kind of what I like about Civ. Just sit back and just look at the numbers and try to figure out how things actually work, because it's not always obvious. Not always. Of course, we still have to get our faith way higher so we can actually get those pesky apostles and get started on all of that stuff. For now, time for a break. Thank you for watching.